You might want to take a seat for this. Right now, as you read these words, there are microscopic creatures, living, breathing, dying within the pores of your face. It's a startling thought, one that might make your skin prickle. These are not visitors from some unhygienic encounter. For the vast majority of us, they are permanent residents. They are your face mites. That revelation can jolt you, make you want to scrub, but that shock is the start of a fascinating journey into an invisible ecosystem. Before you rush to the mirror, no, this is not a sign of poor hygiene. In fact, their presence is often a hallmark of a healthy human. They are part of your personal microbiome: bacteria, fungi, mites. Learning about them is not to induce fear, but to expand our understanding. So take a deep breath. So, what exactly are these creatures that have made a home in your hair follicles? They are known scientifically as Demodex mites. They are not insects, but arachnids, spiders, ticks. However, they are far smaller and simpler than their more famous cousins. Imagine a creature so minuscule that several could dance on the head of a pin. They possess an elongated, almost worm-like body with 8 short, stubby legs clustered near their head, which they use to navigate the dense forest of your facial pores. They are translucent and, at about 1/3 of a millimeter long, are completely invisible to the naked eye. There are 2 primary species that have adapted specifically to live on humans: Demodex follicularum, Demodex brevis. Think of them as specialists with slightly different preferences for their habitat. Follicularum gathers in follicles, especially along finer vellus hairs. Brevis prefers to burrow deeper into sebaceous glands, closer to its primary food source. These mites are exquisitely adapted. Their long, cigar-shaped bodies are perfect for the narrow confines of a pore. They lack an anus. They store their waste internally throughout their short lives, releasing it all upon their death. Their entire life cycle, egg, larva, adult, unfolds over a few weeks, all within your skin's microscopic landscape. This isn't a sci-fi movie. This is the real, tiny drama of life on your face, every moment of every day. Understanding their physical nature helps to demystify them. They are not monstrous invaders, but simple organisms following their biological imperatives. They are not bugs in the way we think of flies or cockroaches. They're highly specialized microscopic life that found a perfect niche. Seeing them not as contamination, but as a component of our biology, replaces you with a more scientific sense of, these tiny arachnids are, in a very real sense, a part of what makes us human. Your face is a landscape, a habitat. You are not its only inhabitant. In the grand web of life, that's normal, even beautiful. We will meet these unseen roommates, understand their life cycle, and learn why they're mostly silent partners, not pests. We're about to tour a microscopic world closer than you imagine. This exploration will change how you see the life under your skin. If you're wondering whether you are one of the people who has these mites, the answer is almost certainly yes. The prevalence of Demodex mites is extraordinarily high, making them one of our most common animal associates. Less common in children, they increase during puberty with more sebum. By adulthood, most of us host them. In our 70s, it's nearly universal. How do we get them? Likely through direct contact, especially parent to child. Simple acts of affection, a mother's hug, a father's nuzzle, are when we first acquire our founding mites. Between adults, close contact like sharing a pillow or a long embrace can pass them along. This isn't head lice, transfer is subtle, and populations build slowly over years. Faces, chests, and upper backs have a high density of sebaceous glands, prime real estate for mites. Sebum is their main food. Our faces offer both food and shelter. Warm, dark, and oily, the perfect nursery for Demodex. Their worldwide spread and distinct lineages track with our migrations. Our mites traveled with us, evolving in parallel. During the day, your Demodex mites are relatively sedentary, tucked away deep inside your pores and follicles. Under the cover of darkness while you sleep, your face comes alive with microscopic activity. Guided by a primal rhythm, they crawl out using their 8 stubby legs, crossing the open plains of your forehead and cheeks at a snail's pace, just millimeters in an hour. This nightly pilgrimage is mostly about finding a mate. Afterward, the female retreats to a follicle or gland to lay her eggs. She deposits a small clutch of eggs that hatch into larvae a few days later. What fuels them? Mostly sebum, the waxy oil that moisturizes skin and hair, plus dead skin cells lining the follicle. In a way, they perform a microscopic janitorial service, tidying oils and cellular debris. But with no excretory opening, they store waste for 2 to 3 weeks, then release it when they die. In healthy skin with small, stable populations, immune cells quietly clean up without fuss. Trouble starts only when their numbers boom and the balance breaks. For most people, Demodex mites are benign commensals, living on us without causing harm. Our immune system and the mites exist in a balanced equilibrium. However, under certain circumstances, this peaceful coexistence can break down. When mite density gets unusually high, demodicosis, they can contribute to skin problems. It's not presence, but overabundance. What causes the balance to tip? A compromised or altered immune system is a major factor. Illness, long-term steroids, or extreme stress can let populations boom. Advanced age changes sebum and immune responses, favoring unchecked growth. Overpopulation can physically block follicles and glands, triggering bumps and inflammation. A wave of dying mites dumps waste and bacteria, provoking stronger reactions. They're linked with rosacea in a complex interplay. Some people are predisposed to react, and the cycle feeds on itself. That cycle is what pushes things past a tipping point. Because Demodex mites are a normal part of our skin's fauna, their simple presence isn't a cause for alarm. Problems arise from overpopulation, and signs of demodicosis can mimic other common skin conditions, making self-diagnosis tricky. Persistent unexplained redness of the cheeks, nose, chin, or forehead is common, often with burning or stinging. Small inflammatory bumps show up without classic blackheads or whiteheads, with more background sensitivity. A crawling or tickling itch, especially at night, can affect the face, scalp, and eyelids. Eyelids can develop crusting, redness, and that constant, "there's something in my eye" feeling, called Demodex blepharitis, and even lash loss. Rosacea, acne, seborrheic dermatitis, and allergic contact dermatitis can all look similar. Treating for mites without a diagnosis could backfire. Put away the search engine and schedule an appointment. See a dermatologist or qualified skincare professional for an accurate assessment. When a dermatologist confirms that an overpopulation of Demodex is part of your skin woes, the goal isn't eradication, it's reducing numbers to a manageable level. That lets inflammation subside and restores balance. Treatment depends on severity and whether it's facial, eyelids, or both. For facial demodicosis, a common effective choice is a topical, often ivermectin gel. Ivermectin is anti-parasitic and kills Demodex. Used daily, it reduces mite numbers, leading to less inflammation, less redness, fewer bumps. Another option is metronidazole, an antibiotic and anti-inflammatory. It doesn't kill mites directly, but calms the environment. Severe cases may respond to a short course of oral ivermectin. For blepharitis, focus on lid hygiene. Specialized eyelid scrubs or wipes, many with low-concentration tea tree oil, can help. An eye doctor may perform an in-office lash cleaning to mechanically remove mites and debris. Be patient. Mite die-off can briefly worsen symptoms, then typically improves over a couple of weeks. Finish the full course. While medicine tackles overgrowth, simple habits support a healthy skin barrier. These steps benefit everyone and keep balance. Wash once or twice daily with a mild, non-stripping cleanser and lukewarm water. Choose non-comedogenic products. Avoid heavy, occlusive creams that trap heat and oil. Change pillowcases and towels regularly. Wash hot. Don't share brushes or towels. Clean makeup brushes with soap and water. If you wear makeup, remove it every night, especially at the lash line, with a gentle, effective remover. A balanced diet, hydration, exercise and sleep support, a robust immune system, and skin function. Manage stress with mindfulness, meditation, or yoga. High cortisol can boost oil and inflammation. These choices build resilience and help your skin maintain its natural equilibrium. The discovery that tiny arachnids live in your pores can be unsettling. It clashes with our ideas of cleanliness and personal space. But as the shock fades, a more fascinating perspective emerges. Their presence isn't a verdict on hygiene or health. It's a testament to the hidden biodiversity we all carry. You're not just an individual, you're a habitat, a walking, talking ecosystem teeming with life, and these mites are one small part of your personal fauna. They've coexisted with us for tens of thousands of years, a mostly harmless partnership. Our immune systems evolved to tolerate them and keep populations in balance. When that balance is disrupted, often by our own health shifts, numbers swell and issues arise. Health is about equilibrium, not eradication. This knowledge empowers you. Don't live in fear of microscopic residents. Focus on fostering a healthy environment for your skin.